Hey everyone, welcome to Teach Truth with Save Our Generation. This will be a series of weekly lessons delving into topics such as discrimination, racism, gender, inequality, and so much more. If you're wondering who we are, well, I'll tell you. Save Our Generation is an organization built to educate on real-life issues, especially surrounding racism. There is also a key focus on the school curriculum. As you go through school, you will be taught about many different moments in history, such as Henry VIII and the Victorian era. Whilst this history is important, there are other moments that can get left out. These parts of history can impact people in society and how the world views them. Sometimes, this can make people feel very bad because they are not being represented in a true light. So, sounds interesting, right? Let's get learning. There'll be a range of fun activities to do along the way, so stay tuned, stay true, and most importantly, stay safe. Firstly, it's important to remember to always be kind and thoughtful towards others. It's also important to be polite when someone is speaking and respectful of each other's answers. This is a safe space for us to learn, share, and encourage one another. On today's episode, we'll cover stereotyping, discrimination, and prejudice. Episode 2 will focus on gender and gender inequalities, and Episode 3 will discuss race and racism. Like school, there is always aims and objectives that you have to note before you do a lesson or a project. This project will help to tell you about social inequalities and solutions as to how we can overcome them together as a group and as individuals. It will also teach you how to live harmoniously with one another and learn about things that make us different but equal. Well, what are you to expect with these lessons? With these lessons, you can expect to learn lots of new things, enjoy interactive learning through games, be able to share opinions and listen to others, and also take in information that is sensitive but vital to your everyday life. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and most importantly, give us feedback on how we can make our lessons even better. Right, now that all that's out of the way, let's get to the lesson. Prejudice, stereotyping, and discrimination. Can anyone have a go at describing any of these words, or what they have in common? Prejudice, stereotype, discrimination? Great, so let's talk about what each word actually means. Be sure to grab a notebook or pen or your laptop so you can take notes of what you think these words are and how they make people feel when they experience this. Prejudice means having a bad idea or opinion of someone or something without any factual evidence, knowledge, or reason. This can be harmful as it can lead to bullying and fear of being discriminated against. An example of prejudice is that all children are lazy and don't want to study. This is an assumption against young people, without any facts to back this up. It's an opinion that isn't true and can make people feel isolated and judged. Stereotypes are another example of a different type of prejudice. They are a fixed or overgeneralized belief about a specific group of people. They are based on the idea that this group acts a certain way. However, this is not the case, as not everyone is the same. Despite one person doing something, it paints the entire community with the same brush. An example of a stereotype is that people with tattoos are dangerous and scary. Another one may be that only boys can play football and not girls. Stereotypes are harmful. Next is discrimination. Discrimination is the unfair treatment of people and other social groups in relation to their race, gender, age, and their sexual orientation. An example may be that just because of your age, you can't play in a certain area of the park, or you can only play on the swings, but you can't play on the slide or the monkey bars. Discrimination can result in unfair opportunities or limited ones. Well, you might be wondering, what can you do if you ever see any of these things happening in the beginning? Remember what I said in the very beginning about kindness? That's right. Remember to always be kind, mindful, and keep being an ally. Don't be afraid to call out discrimination or prejudice by saying, "Hey, that's not fair. That's unkind." Right, we're almost at the end of the session. I hope you're all taking lots of notes. Who's ready for a fun game to test your knowledge? So, we have a Kahoot game based on everything you've learnt today, and it'll be posted in the link in our bio. So make sure you play the game and then give us lots of feedback on how you enjoyed the game.